It is estimated that 3 out of 4 women will experience at least one vaginal yeast infection during their lifetime. It is nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, we should even start talking about it and raising awareness on it. And that is why I am here. So if you currently have a yeast infection, or you've had one in the past, or you're just looking to educate yourself on yeast infections, welcome to the party. Let's dive right into it. So what is a yeast infection? First of all, I would like you to know that yeast and candida are essentially the same thing, because most women will get confused and then they ask if candidiasis and yeast infection are the same thing. Yes, they are the same thing. Now, in your vagina, there are microorganisms living in there. And these microorganisms, they are your friends because they help you to maintain a very good pH balance down there. And they also help you to prevent infections. So yes, they are your friends. But still in your vagina, there is this microorganism called candida. It is present in your vagina in small quantities. It doesn't cause any problems. It just stays on its own. But if for any reason something triggers it, and then it starts to overgrow and then multiply and then go all over your vagina, it can lead to a vaginal yeast infection. I know that at this point, you are probably wondering what triggers candida to start to overgrow and then cause problems and yeast infections. So let's talk about the causes of yeast infections. And this first one will shock you. Antibiotics. Yes, you heard me right. Antibiotics. So basically, what antibiotics do is to kill bacteria, any bacteria at all. It doesn't have the ability to differentiate between the good bacteria and the bad ones. It just kills any bacteria. And remember that in your vagina, there are good bacteria living there, helping you to maintain balance and helping you to prevent infections. Now, when you take antibiotics, it starts to kill anything bacteria that comes on its way, including some of the good bacteria in your vagina. And when this happens, candida will see this as a very good opportunity to start to multiply and overgrow and spread all over your vagina. And when candida overgrows, a yeast infection is the result. This is why you should not abuse antibiotics. Only take antibiotics when they are necessary, when they are prescribed by a doctor. And if you are prone to having yeast infection, always talk to your doctor before you start taking any antibiotic. Sugar. Oh, candida loves sugar. Loading your system with a lot of sugar is like throwing a party for candida. It is going to feast on it and then it will start to overgrow in your vagina. I know you like sweet things, but then remember that candidiasis is not fun to have. So sister, drop that sugar. Weakened immune system. Normally, your immune system helps to keep candida in check. It doesn't allow candida to overgrow and then cause a yeast infection. But when your immune system is weak, there is nothing to keep candida in check. And guess what? Candida is going to throw a party down there, and that is a yeast infection. Tight clothing. Now, tight clothes and underwears make you sweaty and warm. And a moist and warm environment is perfect for candida's growth. They love it. Once they see somewhere that is damp and warm, they are happy to grow. Hormonal changes. For example, during pregnancy or some other things that can cause hormonal changes in the body. So when the balance in the body shifts as a result of hormonal fluctuations, candida can see this as a perfect opportunity to strike. So how will you know that candida is starting to overgrow and then cause problems down there? In other words, signs and symptoms of a yeast infection. Number 1, itching and scratching. Nobody likes this one. Nobody likes this one. Because imagine you are out there, all glammed up, looking beautiful. In fact, you are receiving a lot of compliments. And then this evil itch starts down there. And you don't know what to do. Because you're in the presence of a lot of people. Then you start the wiggle wiggle dance. You know how you do it. Trying to soothe this itch. And if you ever get the opportunity to be alone, oh, you are going to balance well and start to scratch away. And this itch, the more you scratch, the sweeter it gets. So you're going to keep scratching and scratching. And when you are done, you're going to end up with terrible sores. And when you go to urinate, and for any reason, your urine touches any of the sores, oh, the pain is unspeakable. If you can relate with any of this, auntie, you probably have a yeast infection. Number 2, unusual discharge. So this discharge is usually white, thick, and clumpy like cottage cheese. And then sometimes you just have to use panty liners to avoid getting it on your panties. Number 3, redness and swelling. Now, not everyone with a yeast infection will experience this, but some women with yeast infections will notice that down there is very red and swollen. It is just candida irritating the skin down there. Number 4, painful intercourse. Now, because of all the irritation that yeast is causing to the skin down there, friction and pressure from sex is just like rubbing salt on injury. So how do we keep candida in check and stop it from causing a yeast infection? Always keep it clean down there. Don't wear underwears that are wet or underwears that will make you sweat. Always remember that yeast or candida loves a wet environment. Wet environment will make it overgrow. So always make sure that your underwears are loose fitting, and preferably buy underwears that are made from cotton materials. And then when you wash yourself down there, wash yourself with mild soap and water, not scented soap, and always dry yourself thoroughly after washing. Stay away from sugar. I don't need to preach too much on this. Just remember that yeast and sugar are like 5 and 6. The more you consume sugar, the likely you are to get a yeast infection. And again, try to boost your immune system by eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, and stay away from stress. Try to reduce your stress levels, because stress can weaken your immune system and make you prone to yeast infection. Consider adding probiotics to your routine. Probiotics will boost the good bacteria in your vagina, so it is good for your vaginal health. So grab a yogurt today or even get probiotic supplements. If you are still watching, please click on that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and share this video. Thank you for staying till the very end. Bye, and see you in my next video.